Hey, Gotcharizer here, and we're doing our first character spotlight. So Boldred Games just announced in their Idola FB page that episode 2 Stella, or New Resolution Stella, is coming out this Thursday. In this video, we're going to go over her skills and elemental blast information. But first, let's take a quick peek at what Boldred's trailer has for the new Stella.
私はもう迷わないよ。お母さん。私は白曜騎士団の当主、ステラマリーです。アリエスのボディアートでもあります。
Stella comes back in episode 2 as the leader of the Ares Chivalric Order, and also possesses the new Arch-Ares Idola. For the information that we're going to go over this video, credits goes to Azure from idolabump.org for documenting this information from the Japanese server and translating them into English. Going to Stella's normal attack is the same with her first episode variant, wherein she uses the Mono Lance attack, and if the elemental counter is higher, the D Lance attack. Her base form is a defense type character focusing on defensive stat. Going over her skills, Ares Knight's Vow is a defensive party-wide buff that increases the party's defense by 20% for 2 turns. Applies a support protection which blocks out any buff-removing attacks or buff sweepers from allies for 2 turns. Take note that support protection can stack if you keep on using this party-wide buff. Lastly, it gives immunity to status effects for 2 turns as well. Meteor Sparkle is an AoE attack that hits all enemies, but also buffs the party's HP recovery by 25% for 3 turns. It also increases in damage based on the total value of elemental attributes by up to 50%. Her elemental blast, Ares Sanctuary, is an AoE elemental blast that hits all enemies and heals the party. The elemental value requirement to trigger this is 9. Her Law variant is a resist type focusing on the resistance stat. Her first skill is named as Ares Knight's Vow and is now a balanced party-wide buff that offers increased defense for 15% for 2 turns. It's 5% less than the base version, and it still gives support protection but now for 4 turns, and also boosts the party's attack by 10% for 2 turns. Very balanced as it gives defensive and offensive buffs for the party, though it makes me wonder why her base form's party buff gives status immunity versus the Law variant, but the Law variant's type is actually a resist type. But moving on to Meteor Sparkle, it's an AoE attack to all enemies with a 40% chance to inflict Elemental Halt. Elemental Halt is a status that stops the elemental value from going up, so this is a good way to block the enemies from accessing their higher skills or Elemental Blast. Lastly, this skill also increases in damage based off on the total value of elemental attributes by up to 50%. So the Law variant of the Elemental Blast, it's still called Ares Sanctuary, and it's still an AoE attack that hits all enemies, but has a higher damage potential than the base variant. It also has a larger amount of HP to be healed to all allies, and has a 50% chance to inflict Elemental Halt. So this is very useful to lock down elemental attribute gains from opponents. Moving on to the Chaos variant, in this form, her type changes to critical hit type, gaining favor to offense. Her first skill, Ares Knight's Vow, is still a party-wide buff, now having a higher defense percentage by 25% for 2 turns and applying support protection for 4 turns. Now no other additional gimmicks like the base and the Law variants. It's just a higher percentage in terms of the defensive boost. Meteor Sparkle is now a single target attack with a higher damage output and also a 40% chance to inflict Elemental Halt. Same with the other variants, it still increases in damage based off on the total value of elemental attributes by up to 50%. So this can be used as a single target nuke to take down bosses. The Chaos variant's Elemental Blast is the weakest of the variants in terms of damage output. While still being an AoE attack that hits all enemies, it offers a lower HP heal to the party and a lower percentage to inflict elemental halt. Now, what makes this attack shine is the requirement to trigger it is just 7, so almost as low as Summer Stella's requirement of 6. With the right party setup, this variant can actually spam her elemental blast over and over. So my final thoughts on this new character: if you are in need of a party-wide buffer, then her low or base variant are actually good defensive picks. If you didn't get to pull Summer Stella, then her Chaos variant is a good replacement if you want an Elemental Blast spammer. Also, based off an thebump.org site for Idola, it was documented by Azure that the Japanese server had a step-up banner for the new resolved Stella, wherein you're guaranteed to get this new character after the 5th step. So that's a total of 13,500 star diamonds. If you've been saving up and you have a lot of star diamonds, then it doesn't hurt to pull, as you're guaranteed to get the character in the last step. However, if you're low on star diamonds, it's best that you save up for the character that you want. Bear in mind that this is in the Japanese server, so the banner mechanics may change when it comes to the global version on Thursday, but let's see what happens. Wishing everyone good luck to those who are planning to pull for her. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comment section below if you're planning to expand your Stella Empire or if you're skipping. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more gacha madness. Have an awesome day, everyone. Until next time.